Hey guys, it's me, Lemetria from Cutting Up Keto. And I wanted to go over this real quick because before I actually start uploading the videos documenting my second round of keto, the postpartum version, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys something that I've actually been meaning to do before we even dive into you guys following what I do on the keto the second time. I think that it's very important to go over the MyFitnessPal app one more time because I went over in the previous video about how to actually log a food and how to set up your percentages to a ketogenic lifestyle. But what I think I did not mention was how to actually plug in a recipe from scratch with MyFitnessPal. That's very important, especially if you're going to be adding recipes from scratch. If you're buying not just my meal plan for meal plans from other people or, just going about the keto diet in a certain way, I really think that it's important to learn how to tackle this yourself. I cannot stress that enough. I see people paying people insane amounts of money for them to calculate macros and calories and how to figure things out. And for some reason, there's just a little bit of mystery with everybody. But I really think that, going forward, this is something that in order to be successful, at least at the beginning part, is something that you need to know. So let's just go ahead and get started with this. Let's see here. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to say is if you do not already have one, like I said, if you want to have great success with the keto diet, if you've been trying it and it has not been working, you do need to invest in a food scale. You need to be accountable for every single bite of everything you put in your mouth, at least for the short term, while you get adjusted to learning how to eat correctly. I'm going to put a link in the description box to a really inexpensive food scale. But let's go ahead and get started. So try and follow the little dot that's on my screen here. First thing we're going to do is just go back and double check to make sure that we have our goals set. Okay, so let's go to goals. And right here, we're going to go where it says nutrition goals. You're going to go to calories, carb, protein, and fat goals to customize our default daily goals. Right here, we have it set at 1,200 calories. Now, if you see here, if you tap that 1,200, let's say we're going to bump our calorie goal up to 1,500. If that's what you're comfortable with, go ahead and click save. See how it changes right here. It changes your fat. You can change your macronutrient percentages just by moving these percentages right here, and it will automatically at the top change those for you as daily goals. So like for instance, for me, let's see, with the breastfeeding, I've set mine at 65% fat and 25% protein and 10% carb. That's kind of where mine are set right now. But like I said, for average regular keto, let's keep it at 5, 20, and 70 or 75. Now we're going to hit the check mark and go back and just double check this. You can also change your nutrient goals. You can change your potassium to fit a keto. You can change your sodium right here. You can tap that and change it. If you were going to change that, you could click set. If you're going to change your sodium, you can click that and click set. Now let's hit the check mark to go back. And that's it for that. Now let's go ahead and start logging this recipe. For this recipe, because it's something that I'm going to probably make this weekend for myself, I'm going to go on ahead and log the recipe for a keto quiche. Okay, something that I've gone over on the I've already made a video about making that. But let's go ahead and tap the diary. Oh, we're already in that, sorry. Okay, let's go to breakfast. Now, we're going to go on ahead and hit next to get out of that. Okay, done. All right, let's go to recipes. And from here, we're going to go to hit this plus mark right here in the far right corner. And then comes up a little box and you're going to select create a recipe. From there, you get the option of either adding it from the web. If you found a recipe online that you like, you can just type in the web address or copy and paste that web address, and it will automatically upload that recipe for you in the app. That is very cool. Now, typically, because I don't do that a lot, I'll just enter my ingredients manually. So I'll select this one on the bottom, and I'm going to type the recipe name in. Something simple, keto quiche. And for those people, I think a couple people commented that, you know, a quiche needs a crust. What you made was a frittata. We made a crust. It was just a meat crust. We used ground sausage for that crust. Okay, so we're gonna select 8 servings. This is something that you do have to know before logging a from scratch recipe. You have to know how many servings are in that recipe. So a typical recipe serves between 4 and 8. For this keto quiche, I made it 8 servings. You don't have to select bulk ingredients, just leave that alone. But you have the name and the servings. And then you're gonna go to the top right and click next. And then we're gonna go ahead and add ingredients. So tap that box. Now, we're gonna go ahead and start typing these in one by one. And the good thing about this is once you do it, you don't have to do it again. If you have leftovers, you just type in the name of the recipe and it will come up. It'll be saved in your log of meals. Okay, so we're gonna go with egg, 1 large egg. And this recipe calls for 12 eggs. So we're gonna go ahead and change that to 12 and save. There's that. I hit the check mark in the far right. Now let's add it to the recipe. Then we're going to go ahead and hit the plus sign again to add more ingredients. We're going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. So we're just going to put heavy whipping cream. And you don't even have to type in the whole entire word. Just type in, you know, just like on Google, it'll bring up what is closely related to it. So we're going to go ahead and put, let's just pick for, you know, keep it simple. We're just going to go with the one on top, Publix. Well, we're going to pick one that says heavy whipping cream just to make sure that we're close. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and change the serving size because we're looking for 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. So tap the 1 tablespoon, hit this little downward icon here to bring up the different box. Okay, so you can see that this right here brings up 1 tablespoon in 1 container. This is actually really important because this doesn't quite fit what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. So just tap anywhere on the screen, hit cancel, and let's go back. Let's pick another one to see if that'll bring up 1 cup. I'm going to type in the Trader Joe's one. That's the one I use a lot. Let's type that in. Okay, Trader Joe's heavy whipping cream. Let's see if it brings up a different serving size for us to choose from. Let's see here. And we're going to tap this little icon. There it is right there. So 1 cup. They're not all the same. If you find one that doesn't quite fit what you're looking for as far as making things more streamlined for yourself, go ahead and select another one. So I put in 1 cup and we're going to have 1 serving of 1 cup. Click save and click the check mark to add that to your recipe. Now I'm just going to keep on going and adding these as you can see. And when we get down to the 1/4 cup and you know, different measurements, then I'll pick up right there. But right here, we're going to add 2 cups of shredded cheese. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't need to do that. Just type in the name. So we're going to do shredded mild cheese, mild cheddar. Select that one. And then we're adding 2 cups. So let's go ahead and change that. 1 cup. I'm going to move a little bit faster. And let's change that to 2 cups. See right up here where it is calculating the calories per serving, but I'm going to show you guys towards the end how it breaks it down beautifully for us. Then we're also going to add shredded cheese, shredded cheddar, sharp. Okay, now we're going to have just 1/4 cup of this So let's go down to 1 cup. And then for the 1/4 cup, we're going to use 0.25 for 1/4. Hit the check mark and let's move along. Okay, so let's say we have some Jimmy Dean sausage. Now this isn't the brand that I have, but I'm just going to pick this just because it's just something that comes to mind right now. Okay, let's go to the, let's see here. We don't want the sausage links. Let's go to Jimmy Dean sausage, 2 ounces. So we're gonna go to, let's see here. Let's go down to 1 pound because we want 1.5 pounds of breakfast sausage. So go to 1.5. Okay, there's that. And then we're going to hit the check mark. And we're also going to add to this recipe about 2 teaspoons of bacon fat. We're going to add that to the skillet and grease it with that, or you could use butter. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to show you how to type in, let's see what comes up when we type in bacon fat. Okay, so they have it here by 1 tablespoon. So that's roughly about what we use. We'll go ahead and add that. Okay, let's do for the chopped kale. We have here 1 cup, and we're gonna go on ahead and put for the chopped kale, the recipe calls for 1.5 cups. So let's just do 1.5, 1.5 servings of 1 cup. Hit the check mark, and let's do the bell pepper. Let's do red bell pepper. All right, so we have here, let's pick the one on top because it starts measuring in cups. So let's start with 1 cup right here. We're gonna add 1/4 cup. So again, we're gonna do 0.25. Check mark, and the same for the green bell pepper. A 1/4 of a yellow onion. These are best weighed out again because these can tend to be a little bit higher in carbs. So let's say, I believe what I've measured, 1/4 of, let's say that's about 50 grams. Don't quote me on this, we're just gonna pick a number. So we're gonna go down because it starts off as 100 grams right here. We're gonna go on ahead and tap that to change it. So if we wanna type in 50 grams, you could either put 0.5, which would be half of 100, or you could just go down, hit the arrow, and hit 1 gram. You're measuring this out in 1 gram, so just type in 50 for 50 grams. And hit the check mark. And lastly, no, we have two more ingredients. We're gonna do asparagus. Okay, now we're gonna change the serving size for our asparagus, which is gonna be 1 serving size, actually 6 spears. We're gonna change that because we only have 4 spears. We're gonna go down to 1 spear and change that to 4 and click save, check mark. And lastly, we're gonna add some mushrooms. We're gonna do white mushrooms. Okay, and then we're going to, it's measured in 1 cup. We need a 1/2 cup. So let's just do 0.5. Check mark, that's it. So let's see, this is a little bit, let's say if I wanted to bump down the calorie amount because let's say I have not actually made the recipe yet. Let's say I want to bump this down. I could actually take that meat, which actually packs quite a heavy punch, and bring that down to just 1 pound. Let's do that. And we're gonna go ahead and save that and hit the check mark. Let's go back up to see what that is. 500 calories per serving. That's actually really good for a breakfast. So we're gonna go on ahead and next. Now from here, pay attention to this. You can view your nutrition facts before you type this in. Before you log this in and save this recipe in your MyFitnessPal memory. View nutrition facts, tap that right there in the middle and see how it brings up all of the macros for this one serving. It brings you up all of the macros for it. You have calories, 542, 45.9 grams of fat. You've got 745 milligrams of sodium without having added any sodium. So that's good. If you're one that actually measures out your salt before you use it, you can type that in. But me, I just sprinkle it on. I don't really take the time to weigh any of that out. But you go on down and it brings up all the rest of your micronutrients as well as potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C. You can see you've got 60% of your vitamin C daily value from just that little bit of peppers and things right there. And the asparagus, that's it. And the kale. You've also got 28 grams of protein there. So you've got quite a few very good amounts of the macros that we're looking for. And 6.5 grams of carbs with right here, minus the dietary fiber, 1.2 grams. I'm just going to go off the top of my head. So that gives you roughly about 4 to 5 grams of carbs for this entire serving. So that's pretty good. So right here, we're going to go back up. Oh, what did I just do? Oh no, there it is. Okay, so please don't stop. Okay, so we're going to go back up. 8 servings at 542 calories per serving. Hit next. And now we're just going to go ahead and save it. If you want to make any changes, you can also tap one of these check marks right here. You can discard it if you wanted to take that out of the recipe, but you can just keep on going down. Hit that X button right there. There we go, to back out of that, and then just hit save. So that's it. That's all it takes to make a from scratch recipe on MyFitnessPal. You're going to go ahead and click add to diary. See right across here, it breaks down your macros for you with the entire recipe. So we're going to go on ahead and add this to our diary for the day. If you only had 1 serving, because you could actually, withstand the goodness of this recipe, you can go ahead and just hit 1. Or if you decide to eat 1.5, you go back for seconds, you can just tap that 1. Let's say you did 1.5 servings and hit save. It'll bring up what you ate right there. Let's say you cut that initially into 8 slices and you decide to go for a half of another slice, you could do that. We're going to go ahead and just keep it at 1 for right now and hit save. That is it right there, guys. So this is how you log a from scratch recipe. I'm going to show you real quick how to go down to the nutrition and double check your macros again. So you see here your nutrients. You see here for your potassium, it's a little bit low. So for the rest of the day, you've got to go back in and double check. See, okay, well, I still need additional potassium. Or I still need, I have 47 grams of protein left, when you're planning out what you're going to eat for the rest of the day. Now, you can go over to the macros and see how this meal fared as far as what the actual macros look like for this meal. So as you can see, this is right on target with what is ketogenic. You've taken in 28 grams of protein. You can tap that and it'll also bring that up. If we were to break this down, if we had 3 solid meals that day, it will break them down each individually by color. We're going to go back, but you can see you've got 28 grams of protein, 46 grams of fat, and 7 grams of carbs. So this is right exactly dead on keto macros right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but right exactly on target. That's actually really awesome. So this is a really good keto meal right here. You've got vegetables, you've got fiber in here. So Don't listen to people that are just like, I hear some of these people that are talking about you don't want to eat all these vegetables and get all these carbs. You're getting fiber from that. And people wonder why they can't go to the bathroom on a keto diet, some of them, because they're neglecting to add these crucial nutrients to their diet. So on that note, guys, that completes this tutorial, and I will see you guys in the next video. You guys let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. And that's it. So I will see you guys in the next video, which is going to be me showing you what I ate my first week back on the keto diet. So I will see you guys then in the next video.